Today, most people have more means to live, but less meaning to live for. We are truly suffering a meaning epidemic, dear friends, which is driving hopelessness, loneliness, and disconnection. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Happiness Squad, our 100th episode. I'm your host, Ashish Kothari, and today we're not just celebrating a milestone, but also setting the stage for an exciting journey ahead. Over the 100 episodes, we've gathered countless insights and shared transformative experiences with leading researchers, experts, business leaders, and practitioners who are truly helping individuals and organizations integrate proven flourishing interventions into how they work and lead. But guess what? We are just getting started. Today, we look forward not only to our next 100 episodes, but to growing together, rewiring our brains, and learning to enjoy the journey every step of the way. I want to start by looking back. Over these 100 episodes, we've learned a lot together. Here are some of the key insights that have really stood out to me, insights that I believe can change the way we look at our happiness and success. The first insight is all around what happiness is and is not. Happiness is an inner game and something that is accessible to everyone. Happiness is more than just an emotion. It's a way of being. Happiness is not something that can be pursued, and it's not contingent on the external world tied to external markers like career success and material gains. Happiness ensues by living a virtuous life where we have integrated proven practices into our lives that can rewire our brains from fear, scarcity, and obsession with self-preservation to joy, abundance, and interbeing. These themes came up consistently over my conversations with over 15 plus experts, including Dr. Elia Gurgoris, America's happiness doctor, Lars Kohr-Jewel, who teaches a happiness course at University of Peace and is one of the presenters at the Gross Global Happiness Summit, where I'll be presenting too. Stephanie Harrison, the founder of New Happy, Luis Gallardo, the creator of the World Happiness Foundation and the person who coined the word capitalism, Dr. Shona Shapiro, Sri Kumar Rao, and so many others. These episodes are filled with wonderful practical insights and tips that you can start to apply right away in your personal and professional lives. Here were the 4 key ingredients that made an appearance over and over in these conversations. Ingredients that help us be happier no matter what, that help us be more adaptable, more resilient, and more successful in what we do. The first one was that of meaning, having a bigger why and living a life of service filled with compassion for others. Second was about investing in high-quality relationships. Third was investing in our physical, mental, spiritual well-being and building a solid foundation. And finally, practicing equanimity, following the middle path, the middle way, versus constantly chasing pleasure or running away from pain. Insight number 2, harnessing the power of mindfulness can not just help us manage our stress and anxiety, but can also transform our productivity, creativity, and relationships. Our podcast episode with Manish Chopra, Justin Talbot Zorn, Michael Amster, Amy Edelstein, and Andrew White were strong reminders about how meditation is not just for monks, but relevant for business leaders, politicians, schools, and athletes alike. These episodes are filled with powerful stories on how these individuals have brought the power of mindfulness into these theaters and truly transformed what has become possible for individuals and these organizations. 3, the power of purpose showed up in so many of our conversations. Purpose plays such an important role in making us more resilient and in unlocking the full potential of individuals and organizations. The words of Viktor Frankl are more true today than when he said it in the 50s. Today, most people have more means to live, but less meaning to live for. We are truly suffering a meaning epidemic, dear friends, which is driving hopelessness, loneliness, and disconnection. Our episodes with Raj Sisodia, Nick Shaw, and Bob Quinn are filled with inspiring stories of how, as individuals and organizations, we can use the power of purpose to transform our lives and the lives of others around them. Purpose allows us to navigate some of the most heartbreaking hardships that we might experience as individuals. Now, this topic of purpose and meaning is so relevant that I was actually not surprised when my post on how I found purpose in the second half of my life went viral. So many of you engaged with it, shared it, and expressed your own struggles with meaning and how what I was saying resonated with you. I thank you for that engagement and spreading the word. I've seen that theme of purpose show up consistently, and that outpouring of yes, me too. It showed up when Stephanie Harrison, the creator of New Happy, highlighted her story and how she shifted from the old happy way to the new happy. And there were so many others. We hope you're enjoying this episode and would love your help in spreading awareness and furthering our mission to help 1 billion people rewire for happiness. Please consider leaving us a review and sharing this podcast with others in your personal and professional life who you feel could benefit from some of these very insights. It's a really simple way to extend and spread positivity. Also check out Rewire, our proprietary offering to move you from knowing to doing, on the Happiness Squad website, www.happiness.squad.com. Rewire uses the science of habit formation and the power of community to help you build happier habits in 5 minutes or less daily. Now, back to the episode. Let's shift for a moment now from individual flourishing, dear friends, to organizational flourishing. Upskilling leaders and changing our ways of working to make well-being a core part of their business strategy versus treating well-being as a side hustle showed up as such a powerful way, which is not just good for employees, but it's good for business too. Making well-being at work a priority is not just a moral imperative, but it's a financial responsibility boards and leaders should take seriously. My conversation with Alex Edmonds on how companies that really prioritize high employee satisfaction outcompete others, driving 2 to 3.5% incremental shareholder returns, was very powerful. My conversation with Barbara Jeffrey from the McKinsey Health Institute highlighted why, despite all these investments in well-being programs, we're not moving the needle on employee stress and well-being. The key, I realized, was that most programs were focusing only on the individual demands and enablers that account for only 28% of holistic well-being and 3% of burnout. If we have to make progress, we have to take action at all levels: individual, job, team, and organization, and fundamentally integrating flourishing into the way we work. Now, we didn't just stop in our episodes at talking about the case for flourishing. Our last 100 episodes, we had so many experts who showed us the way. Experts like Jane Dutton and Monica Verleen from Michigan Ross, from the Center of Positive Organization Scholarship, Jackie Brasi from McKinsey Health Institute, Stephanie Johnson, who brought to us the power of inclusion from CU Leads. We also learned from so many other business leaders like Jahanzeb Noor from Trivium Packaging, Chris Wright from Liberty Energy, and Patrick Kritisser, the former CEO of Tillamook, on how they have used and harnessed flourishing and well-being practices as a key way to drive record results and performance at their organizations. These were the big insights that stood out for me. I want to hear what lessons you've taken away from these episodes. Which have been some of your favorite guests that have struck a chord? What are some things that you've implemented in your life or at work that is making a positive difference? Please engage with us and let us know. Now, I want to transition from the past to the future, and I want to introduce Rewire for 2025. We're launching a new initiative in 2025, and it's all about helping you take proactive steps now to ensure that we're not just dreaming about a happier future, but actively creating it. Beginning in January of 2025, we'll be opening our Happiness Squad community to the public. Every month, you'll be able to join me and others who are interested in not just knowing, but doing, who are interested in rewiring for happiness together. We want to create a safe space for connection where we can practice together, where we can support each other and inspire each other through our own journeys and learnings. Now, for our podcast listeners, I want to share a bit about this contest that we are running between now and then, where you can win several prizes like a signed copy of my book, Hardwired for Happiness, free subscription to our Premier Rewire program, which is filled with 35-minute micro practices and several other prizes. Here's how you can participate. First up, if you're not already tuned in regularly, please subscribe to the Happiness Squad podcast on whichever platform you prefer. Staying connected is the first step. Second, share happiness. After subscribing, share that excitement with us. Snap a screenshot showing you've subscribed and post it on LinkedIn with a caption, ready to #Rewire for 2025. Make sure to use that hashtag Rewire for 2025, so we can see your entry and celebrate your commitment to making happiness your competitive edge. You can win extra points for engagement. If you're feeling extra enthusiastic or just want to help us spread the word, tag a colleague or a friend in your post. It's a fantastic way to widen our circle of positivity and perhaps give someone else a nudge towards their own happiness journey. We'll announce the winners on December 9th. Make sure to follow me and the Happiness Squad LinkedIn page so you will be notified. As we wrap up today's special episode, I want to thank each of you for being a part of our community. We've learned so much together, yet this is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore, more to learn, and more ways to grow. Stay tuned, dear friends, and keep engaging with us as we continue to dive deeper into making happiness and flourishing our competitive edge. Remember to participate in our Rewire for 2025 movement, and let's use everything we've learned in these 100 episodes to build a happier, more fulfilling tomorrow. Here's to another 100 episodes and beyond, filled with learning, laughter, and happiness. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep finding joy in every day and loving and enjoying the journey as much as the destination when we get there. Take care and have a great day. That wraps up another episode of the Happiness Squad podcast. We hope you found the insights actionable to enhance your journey towards happiness and fill your life with more joy, health, love, and meaning. Please consider leaving us a review and share the podcast with anyone in your professional or personal life who you feel will benefit from some of these very insights. It's a really simple way to extend support and spread positivity. Take care, and remember, happiness is a choice that's available to you moment to moment in the here and now. Take care and see you next week.